Alright, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue Year 7 with our Vancouver Canucks. We just got to the All-Star break. A decent record, 26-19-5. I wish it was a little bit better. We have a little bit too many regulation losses there with 19 already. We sit in 9th in the Western Conference, only 1 point out of 8th behind the Calgary Flames. Plenty of games left here that we can still get back on top of this. But I was saying in the last video that I would like to do some line changes now. From the beginning of the season up till now, we have not made any line changes, and I think it's about that time. Now, I was going through your comments, and I didn't really come across any comments that had a lot of thumbs up for line changes. You know, everyone was going with their own different opinions. So, I think I'm only going to make a few changes here. I want to try something out. Just because Tarky, you know, on the first line, we thought he'd be doing a lot better because he's our best offensive player, right? In 50 games, he's got 37 points, which isn't horrible. But I'm hoping that we can get a player in there that can help out Ville Mackey and Jonathan Drouin. Ville Mackey, I think, has, 48 points in 50 games, so he's not doing pretty bad. Yeah, he's doing pretty good as a playmaker. But Jonathan Drouin, then, yeah, he's got 40 points in 50 games and only 19 goals. That's only working out to be like a 40-goal season if he continues this pace, which I don't think he will. I think he'll end up with around maybe 30, 33, something around there. So I want to try and get something better on that first line. And I was thinking, how about Adam Ernie? Yeah, I'm going to start calling him Ernie now. Yeah, I know. Adam Ernie, just because last year we had him on the first line, got us into the playoffs, and that defensive awareness at 99, I really like that. You know, put that on the first line, and maybe he helps out Ville Mackey and Jonathan Drouin defensively. And then you can move Raimo Tarky down to the second line with Sarich and Reinhart, so then you have a sniper in Drouin on the first line, sniper in Tarky on the second line, and a sniper in Jensen on the third line. Everything else will leave the same, but I just want to try Ernie on the first line and Tarky on the second line, okay? Defensively, we're going to leave that. Power play, we're going to leave that all the same. Yeah, and then the penalty kill. We're going to leave Suter and Ernie on the first line, but we're going to take Faxa off. We're going to replace Faxa with Sarich because Sarich can take the face-offs with 70 face-off. And I'm going to replace Faxa with Hartikainen just because he actually is our fourth best defensive player with a 92 defensive awareness, stick checking 95, and a pretty good body checking category. So we'll go with Teemu Hartikainen there on the second line penalty kill, and the three-man penalty kill will be Suter and Ernie just because he's got a pretty good face-off rating. Okay? So that's all taken care of. I think that was the last thing that I wanted to do. We're going to go back to a 2-to-loss ratio because Sergei Bobrovsky actually has the better individual stats. I know Goddard has more than double games played, but still, if Sergei can get us a few games won, I need to win as much as I can right now. So I'm going to go with the hotter goalie, okay? I know Goddard is our goalie of the future, but I got to run with the hotter goalie right now. So those are the changes that we're going to make. We're going to run with it. I'm not going to go crazy with these line changes. You know, if it doesn't work out, I'll try a few more things, and if it doesn't work out after that, I'll just go best lines to the end of the season. Whatever happens, happens, okay? So, yeah, let's just simulate up ahead here. 2-loss ratio for both goalies. Patrick Goddard is in the net to start. Come on, boys. I want to get off to this after the All-Star break on a good start. Okay, we gotta get. I can't even talk. We gotta gain some ground up on the not even just 8th place. I don't want to catch just 8th place. I want to catch 7th, 6th, 5th place. We got a pretty good team here, and as long as we make the playoffs, you know, I'm in good shape. What were we? We were 7th or 8th seeded last year. We made it all the way to Stanley Cup Finals, so we can definitely do it. We just got to make it to the playoffs, and I couldn't have asked for anything better right here from the All-Star break. Undefeated. Good job, Goddard. Now I'm not gonna, you know, take the credit for this. It could just be coincidence, even though I made those line changes. And there you go. There's our first loss, 5-2. All right, so if we lose another one, Sergei Bobrovsky is definitely going in the net. But it'd be nice if we can come back with another win. The San Jose doesn't have the greatest record either. We lose 4-0 against the San Jose Sharks. Got to be shitting me. So we won 4 in a row, but then we lost 2 in a row. So we only really won 2 in a row. So let's go back to Sergei Bobrovsky. Let's see what he can do for us now. We've got to keep the pucks out of the net. We can definitely score goals with this team, but we got to keep the puck out of the net. So 2-loss ratio. Even if he loses 1, he stays in there. We got to get some wins here. There you go. Sergei gets me a shutout. There you go. Thank you, Bobrovsky. I could use a good backup goalie right now. There you go. He's got me 2 wins in a row. Keep going. Keep going. Goddard, he's got us 22 wins, and more than likely Goddard will be our playoff goalie. But still, man, if Sergei Bobrovsky can get us some wins, I'll take it. And my goodness, I got to get a drink. Hang on a second here. Yeah, it's much better. All right. Oh, yeah, he keeps winning games. Keep her going. Pittsburgh Penguins, 32-18-8. Pretty good record right there. Yeah, that's okay. So that's his first loss. Yeah, he's 3-1. Keep going. Keep going. If you can get 4 wins before you lose 2, Bobrovsky, I'd love it. We're doing pretty good here after the All-Star break. He's got to keep it going. Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, there's another win. Yeah, Sergei. What a free agent signing that was. Poor Clint Windsor, though, man. He's seen his hopes and dreams just fail. He's got the AHL starting job once again. You know, he probably wants to get traded to another team. Got him signed to a backup money. He's not even getting backup time in our team now. Whatever. Got to deal with it. Sergei Bobrovsky keeps winning games. All right, we'll run with them. We got to run with them. Come on now. The Anaheim Ducks, 34-23-7. 34-30. Yeah, we can beat these guys. There's another win. I'm going to leave him in the net, man. This guy's tearing it up now. He's catching up to Goddard with wins. Jesus. All right, the LA Kings, they're a pretty good record as well. Yeah, there's a loss. I think it was it might have been an overtime loss as well. So we'll take out Sergei Bobrovsky. You did great for us. Couldn't have asked for anything more. Okay. But I think that was definitely the right idea, going back to a 2-to-loss ratio. All right, so we're at the trade deadline here. We'll simulate up one day. I don't think I need to make any trades. 36-22-6. I think we're a playoff team. If we can continue this run that we're on after the All-Star break, we're definitely a playoff team. There's another win. Yeah. I think we can be a playoff team. So we'll look at the Western Conference standings. Okay, look at that. We've jumped up from 9th place all the way to 2nd place with 80 points now. We are sitting tied for 4th or tied for 3rd in the NHL. So, yeah, I mean, our destiny is in our own hands now. We're pretty much a playoff team as long as we can win like another, I don't know, like 8 games or something like that. As long as we don't lose more than we win, we should be a playoff team. So this is looking pretty good. So I don't think I need to make any trade deadline trades. What were my draft picks this year? It was just the New Jersey pick, right? And my pick, New Jersey and my pick. Yeah, New Jersey and my pick. Ooh, it doesn't look like New Jersey's pick is that good. So maybe they actually have a pretty good team this year. Let's check it out. Eastern Conference, New Jersey. All right, so they sit in 10th place. They could still drop out, but doesn't look like they're going to be like a first overall pick like it was last year, okay? Washington Capitals are down there with 48 points. But that's okay. We don't need any more like top-notch prospects. That young tough guy defenseman would be nice, but it's not the end of the world if we don't get him. So we'll just keep going here. Goddard, he's got no losses just yet. He just came in, so we'll just keep going with him. I don't need to go to the trade negotiations. I would like to get this regular season done in this video, do a whole season wrap-up so we can set up the playoffs for the next video if we make the playoffs, which I don't know. I think we should be able to do that. Minnesota Wild, they don't have the greatest record, and we lose. It's an overtime loss, not horrible. You got a point out of it. Yeah, okay, we'll send the scout back out to the QMJHL. Let me just send him back out there. There you go for 6 weeks. Let's take a look at his individual stats once again. Oh my God, this guy. Yeah, okay, so he looks like he'll be ready in like 2 or 3 years. But he's definitely ready as a tough guy in year 1. You know, if you just want to sign him as a tough guy, he's ready to go. Fighting skill at 92. But yeah, this guy, how old is he? 19 years old? By the time he's like 23, he's definitely a top 6 defenseman who can really, like, I imagine that body checking will go way up there. Fighting skill will go way up there. Strength, that whole physical category, and that whole defensive category as well. Oh my God. I don't know what it is, man. I got to keep taking drinks. I got like a pasty mouth right now. Stumbling over my words. I don't know what it is. Okay, so we'll send him back out to the QMJHL. There you go. 6 weeks. Yeah, it's the only guy. And that Danny guy, let's just see how good this guy got. No, he's just average. No. Okay, so defenseman, go back to there, QMJHL. 6 weeks. There you go. All right, so that should be the last scouting assignment that we have. We got 1 loss there for Sergei. No, not Sergei. Patrick Goddard. So we're just going to run with him. He gets 1 more loss. We'll go back to Sergei. But I'd like it if Goddard could just get us some wins now. Make himself be the #1 goalie going into the playoffs. I don't want to have that decision to make. All right, there's another loss. He's lost 2 in a row. I got to go back with Sergei. This 2-to-loss ratio has been working out for us, so let's not tempt fate. There we go. Get him back in there. Sergei for Bob. Very nice. All right, let's continue it. Come on, Sergei. You had the chance to run in the Stanley Cup Finals last year. You did pretty good for us. You could be the goalie that I go to, man. If you really have a good end to this season, you could easily take over Goddard and wins as well. It's right there for the taking. If you can get up to 46 wins, man, it's right there. So let's see what Sergei Bobrovsky can do. There's 2 in a row, so at least he went 500 before I switch him back out. Keep going now. Keep going. Yeah, we should be a playoff team. We're already up to, if we get this win, we're up to 87 points. Let's see. Okay, we're almost there. 86 points. Is that 2 losses now for Sergei? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. All right, we'll go back to Goddard. Yeah, that is. All right, we'll go back to Goddard. 2-loss ratio. I know kind of takes a long time to do, but it was working out for us. There you go. Keep her going. Boston Bruins. Ooh, they're one of the worst teams in the NHL. Yeah, that was an easy game. All right, Winnipeg Jets. Let's see what their record is. 33, 31, and 10. We can beat these guys. Come on now. Come on now, Goddard. These are teams that you got to be beaten. Oh, my God. Goddard, what's going on now? Sergei Bobrovsky's catching up to you. Tampa Bay Lightning, they got a pretty good record. Come on, boys. We're losing way too many regulation games now. We're starting to catch up to 8th place, I bet you. There you go. There's a win. Come on, I want to get some. I want to get to at least 45 wins. That'll take us to 98 points. Keep those regulation losses down there, man. It's catching up. It is catching up. We were a lot better before the trade deadline. We've lost a few regulations now. Come on. There you go. All right, we're pretty good now. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. 84 points. 92 points I think we have now. That's pretty good. All right, there's another loss. We'll go back to... loss. Yeah, there's 2 right there. Yeah, we got to go back to Goddard now. There you go. Oh, no, we were at Goddard. We got to go back to Bobrovsky now. There you go. How many games left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 games remaining. We got to get 3 wins. Got to win half of them to get to 98 points. Let's see where we sit. We still sit in second in the Western Conference with 92 points. We sit 9 points up of 9th place Anaheim and Detroit. So I think we're a playoff team, but still, let's just get a few more wins just to guarantee it. And, you know, home ice advantage throughout the playoffs, that's a good thing as well. So just keep on winning games. Jonathan Drouin, he's made it up to 30-goal season. What did I say? He can maybe get up to 40 goals if he has a hell of a last 6 games, but I doubt that. There's a loss. All right, was that 2 losses now? I'll just treat it like 1. I actually forget, so let's just treat it like 1. There's 1 loss. There you go. There's a win. Yeah, man, Goddard. No, I think Goddard's definitely going to be our starting goalie. Well, it depends. You know, I'll have to leave that up to you guys. There's another win. All right, 1 more. We should get to 45 wins. That's a pretty good regular season, especially considering we're a young team. You know, we just came out last year. And at least last year wasn't a fluke. We're well on our way to being able to repeat for this year. So there's 3 in a row. Yeah, just keep running with them. Just keep running with them. Vili Mackey, 48 assists. He's also our plus-minus leader. Alexander Edler, 108 penalty minutes. Jesus, Edler. I guess somebody's got to get it for you. There's another win. Okay. Oh, my God. Sergei Bobrovsky, he definitely turned it on. He got a 20-win season, it looks like. All right, so last game of the season. Let's just run with it. Let's see what happens against the St. Louis Blues, and it's a 1-0 loss. Okay, so we finished up Year 7 with our Vancouver Canucks. Let's take a look at the team standings here. The Eastern Conference looks like that. All right, so the New Jersey Devils finished with 82 points, so it looks like it might be a top 10 pick. Yeah, it looks like it's a top 10 pick, but it's not a top 5 pick, okay? And the Western Conference looks like that. We finished with 100 points. Pretty good season. Yeah, we're tied for second so far. There may be still some games remaining for these other teams, but still a pretty good year for the Vancouver Canucks. So let's simulate up here. Let's start the playoffs, and then we'll do all the individual stats, but let the other teams finish up first. Could be it could be as long as a week. I've seen it go as long as a week before, especially in the later years. The first year, everyone ends on the same day, and then after that, it's a toss-up. But I guess that makes sense. You got to make a scheduling system. So there you go. All right, we've made it into the Stanley Cup playoffs, and we're up against the Minnesota Wild in round 1. At the start of the year, I wanted you to get 53 wins, and you only got 46. Blah, 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 whatever. Okay, so we got home ice advantage against the Minnesota Wild. Pretty good season, I must say. Let's take a look at all the stats. Yeah, we got plenty of time. We can do a nice season wrap-up here. Okay, so in the NHL, we finished in 4th, actually tied for 3rd. So a pretty good year for the young Vancouver Canucks. Goals for per game, 10th in the NHL, 2.78. So that could be a little bit better. But as you see players like Vili Mackey and Jonathan Drouin get better, that number will go up. So we have the team that we need for goals for. Just we need to wait some years. Goals against per game, 6th in the NHL, so that definitely went up there. That's a very good stat for us. Power play percentage, 17.7. 14th, that could be a little bit better, but the penalty kill, that's the big one. Penalty kill, all right, I think it went up 83.3, so that's pretty good. So maybe Hart to Kanan on the penalty kill helped us out a little bit. So that's pretty good. Home record, the home record 26, 11, and 4. Away record 20, 17, and 4. And the last 10, 6, 4, and 0. Okay, so not a bad regular season, better than last year. So that's at least progress. Player stats for the season. So let's check this out. Let's see who did good for us. Let's see if I can't really tell if what's his name, Raimo Tarkki did good on the second line or not. I didn't really track the stats, but you know what? We definitely started to win some more games, so that's the important thing. Ville Mackey, 72 points in 82 games played. This guy's turning out to be quite the playmaker there in the middle. Jonathan Drouin, only 30 goals in 82 games played, okay? So I know you guys are going to be saying, oh, you should have left Tarkki up there. He would have had more goals and points. Maybe. You don't know that. We won more games, and that's the important thing. Sam Reinhart, 52 points. Bryce Sarich, 50 points. Raimo Tarkki, 50 points. Jensen, 37 points. Suter, 33 points. Adam Ernie, 29 points. Cassian, 25. Hart Takanen, 20. Callahan, 17. And Faxa, 16, okay? Everybody were the all-plus players. Faxa, -3. Cassian, -6. Tarkki, -1. Okay, so maybe that second line was allowing a little bit too many goals. As soon as we took Adam Ernie off that second line. He helped out the first line, but maybe putting Tarkki there on the second line hurt it a little bit. That's okay. Defenseman, where is it? Points. Pulock. Yeah, see, that's why I started Pulock instead of Fowler. He still had the most points on our team for a defenseman. 31 points, Edler 28, Tanev 26, Wisniewski 24, Murray 22, and Ravenko 10. Okay, not bad. And then goaltenders. All right, I know you guys are going to be giving your opinions for this. Who should we start in the playoffs? Patrick Goddard or Sergei Bobrovsky? Goddard had 52 games played. Bob had 33, but Bob's goals against average was 2.04, while Goddard's was 2.43. Bobrovsky's record 29-1, Goddard's record 26-19-2. Okay, and save percentage, Goddard had 92.21, Bobrovsky had 92.97. So this is actually quite a bit of a goalie controversy here. I know Goddard's played more, but Bobrovsky has really good stats compared to him. He's got 2 assists as well. All right, and then same amount of shutouts. So I don't know, man. That's interesting. Goddard played great for us in the playoffs last year. Remember, he was like 5-0 or something like that. But Bobrovsky got us to the finals, so you guys are going to have to make up your mind about that. I have no clue. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Last but not least, let's just go to NHL for forwards. Let's see who did good. Sven Barchi, 93 points. Stamkos, 92. Kovalchuk, 87. Nuge, 84. All right, there's your top 8. And your top 8 for goals. Ovechkin, 47. Kovalchuk, 45. Eberle, 43. Stamkos, Ennis, Skinner, Stewart, Ratty. Okay. Defenseman. Points, Carlson with 53. Okay, there's all your defensemen. And goals, yeah, 16 goals was the most for a defenseman. Goalies, let's see who the most wins. Yeah, Cam Ward, goals against average. These guys don't count. Sergei Bobrovsky, but he doesn't really count because he only started 33 games. Pekka Rinne would be the best one, followed by Cam Ward because they started full. And save percentage, let's see. We got to go through these guys. Doesn't count. Jonathan Quick, he had 61 games played, 93.07. Okay, so there are the individual stats for you guys. Let me know about the line changes. I think I want to go with the lines that we have, but the main thing up in the air right now is the goaltender. Who should start in round 1 of our playoffs? Should it be Sergei Bobrovsky or should it be Patrick Goddard? I'm not too sure. There's your playoff tree, and look, the Dallas Stars actually made the playoffs this year. All right, and they're the 8th seed, so if they get by the Nashville Predators and we get by the Minnesota Wilds, all right, but that's round 2. We got to worry about round 1, the Minnesota Wild. All right, boys, wish us luck, and the Year 7 playoffs, that's coming up next. I will see you guys there.